welcome back to the channel, CreatorSim. It is your hostess with the mostest, @Blue here. Thank you so much for joining me in today's build. So as you can see, we're starting off here in San Myshuno. Now this slot does not remain here. I end up moving it last minute to Newcrest, as I'm sure you guys saw from the thumbnail. And the captures are all done in Newcrest as well. This build took me so long. Like, this video, I think, is the longest video I have put up. Granted, I have been trying to do 2 parts with these with videos of this length, so we'll see if it processes well, because now actually I'm kind of concerned about that. Okay, so yeah, I know I normally do the 1 or 2 parts, so if it is a long video, you guys have like a 30-45 minute long speed build, and then I go ahead and go do like a 5 or 10 minute walkthrough tour of the house. So I'm gonna try and do it all in one. So I'm sorry guys for the long video. Bless your heart if you stick around for the whole thing. If not, that's okay. It's a long video. Or speed it up. Let's see here. So this video, or this build, I should say, I struggled with it so much. In accumulation, it probably took me 7 hours of decent building to complete. Now I say decent building because this build has, well gosh, I mean, it started out as a penthouse. It's gone through so many stages. A last minute bathroom that I thought totally messed up the exterior of the house. And the exterior of this house is a big part of this house. I had a couple of reference pictures in mind, but no specific house looked like what I wanted it to look like, essentially. So I kind of Frankenstein a few different ideas together, but really I wanted the house to have a lot of different layers, I guess you could say. And you can see here I use a lot of different sized half walls and things like that to sort of make a separation in the build. And you can see I'm starting to apply some color, and I really wanted the wallpaper to reflect the different I don't know, separations in the house, I guess you could say. So the wallpaper and the exterior go through so many changes, and I couldn't edit them all out of the speed build because looking at it so much from all different angles, I touched up several times throughout the length of the time creating this. So yeah, just hang in there, guys. This is a rough one. So in this build, though, it ends up being a 3-bedroom home. It is so big, but I don't know, I think fairly modest on the inside. There is room to expand, I think, for sure. The bedrooms are decently sized. 2 of them have their own bathroom. So I think it's a 3-bathroom house in the end. You've got like a mom and pop room and then kind of a teenage girl's room. Now I'm going to be on the exterior for quite some time because I really had a vision in mind as to what I wanted, like I said. So I'm just doing my best to kind of figure that out. Now I was so happy with the move objects thing that the update we got with the windows and doors where we could like inch them over, but what I still hate is that if it's not in a specific grid, it will mess up the window beside it. So I am happy about the update, but I don't think it's perfect yet. I want to be able to like combine windows. Do you guys get it? Anyways, lots of move objects in this house. I decide to do a lot. The kitchen's actually, I don't know, probably my favorite part of this build, and I spent a lot of time in there. And it was really hard too, and a lot of play testing as well. So if you guys see some rotting food like halfway through the build, I had to move a Sims in here to figure this thing out before I uploaded it to the gallery. The countertops were tough. I had watched like some like no CC personalized countertop tutorials from some of you guys, and I kind of like glazed over it clearly because they didn't work, or I didn't do it as exact as it was supposed to be. So yeah, I'll get there. Okay, so I know I added like a front door area, but I don't. Okay, so the references that I were looking at were actually physical, like family homes. So I really loved the look of the front. So I figured this could just be an exit onto like the terrace, you know, since it is a penthouse in this stage. I think I even added a mailbox, and I love it. But when I do move it to Newcrest, I go ahead and I take the elevator with me. I sure do. And I don't even feel like getting rid of that room. I like it. I know it's so lobbyish, and you guys can do whatever you want with it, but I really like that little walk-in lobby area. In fact, I'm probably going to keep a house like this in San Myshuno. In fact, I might just upload this from the gallery to this original lot and then just tweak it from there. But I really love the entryway area. And the kitchen, I was really happy with it. Again, like I said, it took a while to figure out with the Move objects. And I was using these marble countertops too. And these industrial cabinets to kind of, I don't know, I really wanted marble cabinets with just like a wood top. So I don't believe that sink works, unfortunately. I was pleased with what I did. I took on 2 ovens and I just like raised them and put them inside of the cabinet. So it looks like you've got 2 stacked ovens, which I think is awesome. I did include another one though, because obviously those are not usable. They're purely for looks. But I think it came out rather well. And the pool area too. I know I haven't done anything with it yet, and it's just like a sad little rectangle out there, but I'm so happy with how that comes out. I think the kitchen's like the first thing I actually complete on this lot. And I guess because I started this home in San Myshuno, I kind of had the idea maybe, I don't know, I kind of wanted some ritzy people to live here, although I'm not really sure that theme follows throughout the entire rest of the house. But I wanted this room to be like an entertainment room, like, you know, an up-and-coming sort of person's place. I don't know. I guess they would be doing lots of entertaining. They end up with a grand piano, a mic, a bunch of fun stuff. And like I said, I really had no specific plans or goals with this build. So you guys are going to watch me struggle. I'm so glad I didn't end up going with that. Wow, I totally forgot about that. And then I use a lot of the Eco Lifestyle stuff as well in this pack. I mean, a lot of it is so modern. I mean, I know some of the clothes are like super trashy and stuff like that, which I absolutely love, but the build buy options were really, really great. Yeah, it took me so long to figure the kitchen out. That microwave does work, I'm fairly positive. And then I go ahead and raise these shelves, which we also got from the Eco Lifestyle pack. I don't know, I think they just looked pretty good. And I wanted this to be kind of an open concept layout as well, but I did want some sort of privacy and division. So that's why I went ahead with these half walls. And then I thought the shelves just made a nice separation. You know, you could still peek through, but display your things, you know. And I struggled with the rugs in this room too, because it's such a long rug, but there's 2 different sections of entertaining areas, I suppose. You've got in front of the television, you know, if you want to sit and lounge, and then I imagine people would probably crowd around the grand piano if someone were playing. And I'm really happy with the color scheme too in this pack. And I know I say this just about in every single build where I use the Eco Lifestyle. And honestly, what build don't I use the Eco Lifestyle planks in these days? But they are my favorite wallpaper. Okay, so see this cute little corner we're making right here? Any minute now, I'm going to go in and destroy it. I realize with all the space downstairs and with this like grand entryway from the elevator, I needed a bathroom downstairs. These people need a bathroom downstairs. So I go ahead and add in a room there, which I'm very, very pleased with, but I totally forgot about what it would do to the exterior. So that's another thing I have to go in after the fact and fix, which I warned you guys about earlier. I was going to be messing with that a lot. So no worries, the oven does work. And of course, I'm going to have the download link to the gallery for you guys, so you can upload it if you like. So yeah, I saved it as residential, so you can use it for this penthouse, you know, areas too in San Myshuno, because it does still have the elevator in it, or just as a house on a regular residential lot. Now the elevator doesn't work if you place it in a residential lot. I even tried putting like a little basement below it, which I really think the elevators should be interchangeable, especially with modern builds, because a lot of really big houses and mansions have like elevators. There's a lot of wealthy handicapped people who need elevators, okay? And again, I really wanted this house to have interesting exterior angles, That's why I did that overlooked patio, and it really inspired me for the backyard area bit, which at this point is a terrace, but does end up turning into a backyard. And here I'm kind of just placing random debug options too, in case I want to use it. I don't end up using that fire pit, but I do place a bunch of these ferns around. I think they look so great. And then I end up going with, it's from Get to Work. So I think it might be from the Alien World, which I still have not explored because I don't do the most gameplay. And I'm so boring with my gameplay too. Like, my Sims are always just like reincarnations of me. Like, I always give them like artsy aspirations, and they're like bookworms and, you know, silly stuff. So no, I haven't done like this much with the scientist one. So honestly, I don't think I finished any of the careers to fruition. Like, not even the Get Famous. I have done a bit of that, but I don't think my Sim has ever reached, you know, like full celebrity power. I really try to pull a lot of debug options out for this house too, because I feel like with my larger builds, I'm so focused on the architecture and filling such a large space and just putting it together entirely that it's hard to go in there with clutter. Now with smaller builds though, I get way more imaginative and kind of go crazy with the outside clutter, or I'm sorry, inside clutter, as we look outside. So now you can see the back area is coming together beautifully, and it looks really, really great here, and I still really love this idea for a penthouse build, but I think in New Crest it's just adorable. And I actually kind of want to do, I think I'm going to build New Crest entirely modern. I considered doing a shell challenge, so I have that sitting, that's the only other lot in my New Crest actually. And gosh, I wonder if I took a screen capture. If not though, guys, I'll have to link it in the description as to who it was that, here we go. Okay, so, oh no, I'm so awful. I totally have it screenshot, but I don't have the person's name. Oh, it's Residential Chaos. Okay, there we go. They hashtagged it. Thank goodness. Okay, so I wanted to do one of Residential Chaos's shell challenge, so I have that set up. This will be my first shell challenge though, and they didn't really say too much on the rules. I did screen capture, but I don't know, because I'm nervous about starting. But you know what? Who cares? Even if I do it wrong, I'm still going to have the basic shape. So I'm excited. So that should come up, and I am already kind of in the middle of it, and it is looking extremely modern. So yeah, I think I want to make New Crest entirely modern after this. Especially because it's just so green and pretty, and I love these like warm, modern stuff we got with the eco lifestyle. So I've got plans. I spent so much time in the kitchen, and honestly I think I could have done more. I mean, I'm really, really happy with it, but yeah, I don't know. And those canisters in the right corner there, oh, here I am with the stove. I'm so proud of this. I know they're not usable, but they look so good. Anyways, those canisters I think are also from Get to Work. They're like, I think they're supposed to be like specimen canisters, but I think they make decent like kitchen counter clutter, so I've definitely used those before. I wish we had debug lights, like wall lights. I don't think we do, but I know I rack up the price of my builds with all of the lights I put in. And I know these gold plates don't really fit in, and they are from the Jungle Adventure, but I don't know, I thought maybe if these people were, you know, if they live in a house of this magnitude, they might have some cheesy decorative plates. I know my granny did. Okay, so I'm super pleased with what I did with this light thing. So I got the idea to hang the chandelier and then raise a, I don't know if I do it now. Okay, good, I do. So I think I've done this before in a separate build, but I had the idea to go ahead and take a, am I not doing it yet? Oh, here we go. Yeah, just like a shrub, and stick it in the lights, and I think it looks so good. The only thing I don't like, and I don't know if it's because it's a debug shrub, I'm fairly positive it is, I need to double check though to be 100% positive, but it disappears sometimes when it gets into frame, you know, kind of like how the trees do, so it doesn't mess with the gamers like field of vision, which I totally get. But I don't want it to disappear. It looks so good. I also try to use the tool mod in this one. I don't know what I'm doing still. Need to watch more tutorials. But I did play around with a lot of move objects, you know, tips and tricks I picked up, so that was fun. And I'm really trying to stay centered in one part of a house before moving on to the other. I know if you guys are regulars, you know that I'm all over the place. I jump around because it keeps it like fresh for me and I don't get like burned out, because sometimes I feel like if I'm working or thinking too hard on a specific build, I start getting like lazy, or I don't know, it doesn't look, it looks forced. It feels forced. So no, I normally jump around, but I know that's chaotic for you guys, especially when when it's a build of this size too, and I go in several times and start in different locations. It's a pain in editing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just noticed something about outside. I don't know if I placed those yet. I don't know why either. My video editing software, I feel like sometimes when I upload the files to the software, it doesn't keep them in their original order. And that is what happened with this build. So it was really, really hard to kind of pick apart because so many crucial things happened at certain key points. Okay, yeah, so you can see here now that we're zoomed out that bathroom is already done, and I'm fairly positive you guys have not seen me put that bathroom together. See what I mean? It's okay, it's okay. There is a method to my madness, and honestly, it looks okay in the end. Oh, that's frustrating though. I never picked that, gosh, I don't know what it is, that like red thing. It's a mineral stone of some sort. But when I was playtesting, it was a thunderstorm and, well, it fell from the sky. So I guess they're meteors. I don't know, they're meant to be. I don't know. See what I mean? We're doing more to the exterior. I just can't make up my mind. And I thought the gray looked really good. And I think I only end up keeping the dark gray in the very end. It's just doing dark gray white and then the eco lifestyle planks. Yeah, this build was frustrating. And honestly, it was my fault too, because I worked on it over such a span of time without looking at the footage. And that is something I hate when I do it. It's pure laziness, but it makes putting it together as a finished product so much harder, especially when it's not fresh in your head too. So here I am looking at footage and it's been like weeks and trying to make sense of what is what. So I kind of wanted to, because I realized I wanted this home to be sort of a family home, so I had the idea of having an access point onto the little grass area up top next to the balcony. But I end up scratching that idea and end up just filling it with plants, and I think it turns out so great. In fact, the view from that bedroom is my favorite view in the whole house, I think. That room actually ends up being the kind of like teenager-y room. But first and foremost, we're going to start out with the parents' room. Nope. Jumping down to this bathroom. See what I mean, guys? But when we do move upstairs, we do start with the parents' room first. I don't know if I lost footage or what. So I realized the kids can only do laundry if they are side by side, and I really like my little kids to be, you know, have responsibility. It's a great trait to have. So I like them to do laundry, so I decided to put them side by side and then just enlarge the shelf here. And I know it's not usable in the sense of a shelf. However, the laundry things, of course, do have slots you can put stuff on. Anyways, I'm quite happy with how it turns out. And that's a trick I do just about every time I put the dryers side by side to each other. I think it just looks a little bit more clean. Okay, so here we are, onto the parents' room. And again, I said I did a lot of like move objects things in this build. I don't know, I kind of got the idea to use these beds. Yeah, and these single beds and put them together. There's nothing even really super special about this bed. I just kind of like the coloring. So these things I'm sticking under the bed, they don't work. They don't make the bed work. I had to go in and get rid of those during playtesting, so those will not be in the gallery for you. And I'm kind of anxious watching this again, because after editing footage, it kind of all starts to blur together. For my fellow YouTubers, I don't know if you get that with these huge giant builds, and you've got hours of speed builds to make sense of. But yeah, the bedroom was also another thing that was flipped around somehow. But all in all, it turns out really well. I am pretty proud of this build, though. I think it ends up being, I wouldn't say one of my best builds, because I know I've come up with some pretty great stuff in the past. However, I didn't record any of it or anything like that, and I don't even think I ever uploaded anything to gallery. And I've had to restart the game a couple times and lost out on a bunch of save files, but I wasn't too sad about it. I don't know. I do have to look back at old builds, though, and try and recreate them. So I think today I'm just going to play without building in mind and just enjoy myself. So yeah. So if you guys didn't see, we were placing the parents' bedroom together. I really cluttered up their dresser quite a bit, and I really love how it turned out. I really tried to stay to warm hues, and I think it looks pretty great. Their bathroom is a little bit more plain than I would have liked. It was just sort of an odd shape, but I go ahead and take this like subway tile here, and then I do a separate standing shower right next to it, and then the toilet kind of stuck in the side. It's a little funky, but I mean, it has everything you need, I think. I am trying to get better at cluttering up bathrooms. That is something I'm awful at, because I personally don't like the most clutter in my bathroom. I like to be able to wipe the countertop off easily. So I never put stuff on the countertops. Sorry, an alarm was going off for oh, actually, you know what? For you parents out there, it was actually an alarm for my little brother's distant learning. I'm curious to see how that is working for some of you guys. It is tough. It is tough. But that was just an alarm for him to get ready for his, they call it special. So like at the end of the day, he's got like art, library, you know, music, things like that. So in about 5 minutes, he should be sitting down and logging into something like that on a weekday. Okay, so here's what I mean. The footage is all jumbled up. Just a few moments ago, we already saw this little like built ledge there, and we had this thing already built. So, boys and girls, this is why you should edit your footage as soon as you're done recording it and not months later. And don't let your video editing software muck it all up. I really do love how the outside came out. Now this area, now that we're looking at it, I know that we've caught some glimpses of it just panning in and out. It's interesting, I don't know. So I know I added the pool, and then I got the idea that I wanted this to be a family home. So, well, I feel like a penthouse apartment always needs a hot tub. Okay, what's the point of having that great view if you can't sit outside and soak in your own tub, right? But I wanted to sort of include children too, and I didn't leave a lot of lounge area either by the pool, which I don't know, I kind of like how it's so secluded. But here I kind of made like a little, I don't know, get-together area. So it's got one of the toddler floaties, and I end up putting a bonfire pit out here too. So yeah. Oh, as well as a grill and a table and some seating, of course. And I think everything out here, I know that those seats right now are black, but I'm going to make them white here in a second. Just because I think it, I don't know, I think it blended better. Okay, so I need to pay attention. Those warmers are in outdoor activities. Yesterday, or I don't know if it was the day before, I was building and I really wanted to take or add one of those outdoor warmers for whatever I was doing. I don't even remember what it was in this instance, and I could not find them for the life of me. I decided that everything would look better in a white hue, just because we have that dark concrete. But yeah, I switched it all over, and I think it's a better contrast, especially since we have the black, I don't know, trail, I guess we could call that. Little walking path. There we go, a walking path. And I thought these lights would be really good, but then I ended up putting these ones, which I believe are from Spa Day. And essentially I just end up placing them everywhere at the end of the build. Like they're all over the place, exterior wise. I combined them with these hedge room dividers, and I really thought they were a really nice, you know, fence-like thing. So yeah. And like right here, I decided to make, well, essentially, I guess, a fence or an entrance into the backyard. And that's when I start thinking like this house would look really great as an actual home, like a house. I gave it a front door and everything. It's got a great yard. Okay, so here's this bathroom that you guys have seen, but here is it coming together. That sink does work. And I'm annoyed because my Sims keep taking their dishes to the sink to do them. I don't know, I heard a rumor or something on Twitter that the Sims use the more expensive sink to do the dishes. I don't know if that's right. I don't know, you guys. It would seem, I guess, that does look like a fancier sink than the one I put in the kitchen. But I really love that. I don't know, it comes in a brass hue. It's kind of, I think its handles are sort of retro looking. I can't describe it well, but that's what I used in the kitchen, and the Sims keep coming in here to do the dishes. And then I took these marble cabinets that I used with the kitchen cabinets as kind of, I don't know, a backing to the tubs. I really want more tubs. I want more big tubs. Like I don't really like the ones we got with Get Famous, and I think there was one from the, gosh, what was that stuff pack's called? The one where we got all the workout stuff? I can't remember, but anyways, but that pack, I just don't really like the tubs. And I've been doing this a lot lately in my builds, just adding these wall lights but putting them out of sight so you still get the illusion of light, and I think it turns out really well. And I'm so happy with this room. It really ends up turning into a multi-purpose, you know, room. You've got it as a bathroom, and then there is enough room for you to sit there and do your laundry. Now I do want to do a build where I have the laundry room in the kitchen, because I do like that look as well. Alright, so as you can see, we've bounced all over the place and we're back in the kitchen. And the fridge does work, by the way. So no worries. I ended up changing it black, I believe, at the end. Okay, so here's going to be our guest bathroom. Now, I am pleased with the way this turned out, but I did use the eco lifestyle bathroom features, and I think that shower might be from the whatever pack I can't recall the name of with all the workout stuff. Or spa day, I can't remember. Anyways, I was very pleased with the way this room came out. The only thing I didn't like, I wanted to put the jungle adventure hanging plants, but I wanted to shrink them down and do a lot of sizes. I don't remember them leaving such horrible, horrible shadows. Do you see that? And I don't know if it was just the wallpaper. No, it wasn't just the wallpaper I was using, because you know what? I did this in another build. Oh shoot, was I using this wallpaper too? Anyways, I put them up really, really high. So the shadow was actually above them, but they were, quote, touching the ceiling, but it was sticking out on the roof. So if you panned out on the exterior of the build, there was just like black flickering blob from the hanging plants. Don't know what that's about. I wonder if I can get like a reshade mod, you know? So the kids' room is a little unorthodox, I think, but I wanted it to be able to hold a couple different generations. Now, there isn't a bassinet in here, but you do have a toddler's bed, which is the bed from Eco Lifestyle, which is my favorite toddler's bed. And the boys, the other bed, this is a masculine room, so I'm going to say boy. The other bed is from Island Living, and I love that bed too. I was really obsessed with that kind of style when that pack came out. I was doing a lot of boho builds. And I really wanted to try hard here and decorate the walls in the kids' room, because kids have a lot of stuff they put on the walls. If it's not like drawn by themselves, you know, either artwork or Crayola, they have a lot of crap. When I was a kid, I had this Star Wars poster lengthening my bedroom. I guess Taco Bell was doing some sort of promotional thing when I was a small kid, because I don't remember for the new Star Wars movies. I guess if you bought like a combo, you got a free poster. My parents got several combos by the looks of it. So I know everybody is really upset, well, mixed feelings, upset and excited about the new Star Wars bit with The Sims, and I don't know, I am happy about it. I really am. And I understand people being upset about it who don't know anything about Star Wars and things like that, but I don't know, guys. I think you'll come around, especially with the build by options. Now that too looks like the world at Disneyland for you guys who have gone, and it's from the, I want to say it's from the new movies too, which I am not the most familiar with. I'm kind of more of an old school Star Wars, but like I don't even think I've seen a second Han Solo yet. Anywho, and like the Ewok world, for example, is so beautiful. For those of you guys who watch like the Ewoks, they're so cheesy, but I don't know, I loved them as a little kid. So again, here I am making this house super expensive with all the lights, although it's still not mansion expensive. The Sims, oh, we're a new crest, by the way, guys. So the Sims I ended up moving into this house to playtest a new crest, I gave one of them the fortune aspiration, so he's mansion baron, and this place is still not expensive enough for his taste. We're close, but not there yet. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I decided, instead of making this an accessible little garden area, I decided to just enclose it. And then I took this tree, which is my favorite tree, and shrunk it down. It's a cute little bonsai thing it is. And the view from inside is really pretty. So you guys will see that when I'm doing the teen girls room. And yes, I just feel like this house really suited a genuine family home at the end. So I do like a lot of the ideas I had for it as a penthouse, so I'm definitely going to still incorporate a lot of those. In fact, I think this, yeah, I didn't bulldoze this lot in San Myshuno. I just saved it and then plopped it down here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take that and just do something interesting with it. And I will see if it's worthy for you guys. I will maybe record it and let you know. We'll see. So I wasn't really sure what to do with this space here, so I decided to make up some of it by adding, you know, some planters and the like, and we're gonna add some hedges here soon. And I couldn't make up my mind on the hedges, and you guys are gonna see that. I decided to do these and then do like different color variations, and at the end of it I think, oh, this looks awful. And I think it's because everything else on this lot, just the architecture of the home, I mean everything, it's so linear, and those bushes are so poofy. So these square hedges look much better. And I do like how they kind of peek through the fence too in some places. Oh, and so right here, I go ahead and take what was that curved fence area, and I kind of make it into what would be like a shed or garage, but I decided to turn it into a workout room. It was sort of a last minute addition, but I think it came out all right, especially because when I do actually play, I like my Sims to work out, and I don't send them to the gym, really. So, yeah. You can't have a house this fancy and not have at least one piece of workout equipment, I don't think. Oh, I was so pleased with what I did here. I think it just looks really nice, and I kind of wanted to do it on a grander scale. Maybe if I do, I don't know, a community lot or something, like a restaurant or a shopping center, I think it'd be cool to have a whole wall like this. So I went ahead and covered it in ivy because I really wanted it to be private, you know. It's going to be a workout room. And it's also like smack dab at the front of the house too. So I didn't want any windows low, just to make it seem sort of realistic, like it is a repurposed garage or shed. And I kind of struggled on the wallpaper because I really wanted it to be dark. And I do believe I ended up sticking with this, but blasting it full of light, I think I do. I don't know. No, I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know anymore. But I ended up going with the white flooring because it really brightened the place up. I think we're done picking wallpaper colors. I think this is what I landed on. So since it was such like a dark interior, and I did pick kind of some dark pieces of workout equipment, I decided to go with the light floor, totally give it some kind of contrast. And then it needed, you know, a roofing of some sort. And again, making the house expensive with all these little lights. I love shrinking them down and they just look like the cutest little fairy lights. So yeah, nothing fun or interesting happening. Just some light placements. How are you guys doing though? Are you guys keeping safe in your part of the world? There's some interesting times we live in. I think we're coming up on those captures soon. Oh, you know what? We still have the teen bedroom to do, I believe. That's right. We are nowhere near done yet, guys. You thoughts? I, for the life of me, cannot remember what I end up doing. Maybe I don't put anything there. I can't remember how that little area to the left turns out, where I was struggling with the cloudy hedges. I did like this little section here because I didn't want to completely clutter up this area with plant life, so I kind of like the idea of it being sort of a little meditation center. And then of course I stuck Yarny, little red guy. I am about to buy an Xbox just so I can play the freaking game. It is so much fun. Unraveled. So I was really, really happy that The Sims did that little collaboration with that, a little hint at that. It's always fun. Easter egg, I guess you could call it. Oh yeah, and then here I am having to go re-put in the tiling again because we had the flooring of the shaded grass from Eco Lifestyle because it was a penthouse, so our only option was flooring and not terrain, but I really wanted to go in and add some dirt terrain paint. Oh my gosh, did I not? I had to do something with that section. I seriously can't remember what I do with it. I think I make it another lounge sitting area because if I have the kids stuff right there, it only makes sense to maybe have a spot where a mom or dad could hang out. And then for a while I was really thinking I had messed up with deciding to do what I did with the yard essentially, but I kind of liked how it was sort of maze-like and separated and broken up. So we've got about 5 or 6 minutes before we get to these captures. I know that we still have some random decorating around the yard to do, so here I am throwing in some like last minute hedges and bushes. We have the upstairs landing to decorate and the teenage girl's room, and then probably just a bunch of really dizzying footage of me just putting in all the last minute stuff. And these are I love these little grass patches. I can't remember what they're called, but they are from Island Living, and they're such great fillers. I really love it. Oh, you guys can see really well right there, that blue lit up thing from the Get to Work pack. Doesn't that look amazing? Okay, so here we are on the upstairs landing. Huge walls, and that's the only thing I hate about these so tall floor to ceiling, or yeah, the tallest walls, is it's just so much wall you have to fill in. And so sometimes I think like the shorter walls are an easier build to decorate just because you don't have to think so vertically. I've never ever used these little sconces before, and I don't know, I thought they just looked really, really nice, so I just decided to stick them in at every single door entry in that area. And I wanted to do something interesting with the teenage girl's room. I knew like the bed kind of, I don't know, I guess says well enough kind of theme I wanted to go for, so I wanted it to be fun and colorful and young. So at first I thought maybe the subway tile looked really nice, and then I was really struggling finding curtains too that would work with the window placement, and so I ended up going with these plain, just blinds. And I go ahead and I'm fairly positive I stick with this ombre wallpaper, and I think it just looks really good. Again, it's tough to decorate these super tall walls, so I think that the ombre paint sort of makes that a little, I don't know, I think it fills it in on its own a little bit. And I think this looks super cute scaled up like this. I did hate the big shadow it left, so I ended up making that wall like an accent purple. And I think I go around and add a couple, that color to a couple more of the walls. Alright, so here I am trying to pick out a lounge area. These rooms are kind of interestingly shaped, so I had the idea to give her a big closet and then kind of a cutesy little lounge area when you first walk in. And you've got the bathroom. She does have her own ensuite. And in the opposite corner, we're going to have like a little desk area and dresser. And I ended up going with the short one from Tiny Living, which I think actually works really well because I think it kind of masks as, well, it physically is a dresser, and then it also looks like just an organizing cabinet as well. And I gave her the blue guitar because I thought the color was actually perfect with the bed, and that's kind of the color scheme I try to stay around throughout this room. But yeah, she's going to be a musician. I made the bathroom the accent purple I used for the bedroom. This bathroom, nothing too fun. Didn't get crazy or intricate with any walls or windows or anything like that. Just a basic bathroom. I do like using the shower though to help separate the toilet, just so there is a hint of privacy, even though this is a private bathroom. And I really love that little corner too with the couch, and that's the window too that overlooks that little, I called it the bonsai tree area with all the greenery, which is a huge trend. Okay, so here I am scaling down these rugs for little itty bitty bath mats. I do like that blue, but I don't know, I think these, do I stay with those? Oh, I guess I stick with those, but the purple actually does look better. And then, oh yeah, I feel like I changed those rugs. I don't know. And then I really love that wall planter too from Eco Lifestyle. And I think those and some of the nifty knitting stuff fit in really well too, like the little embroidered artwork thing. And I thought the flowers were cute. We gave her some trophies. And I don't know, maybe she's thinking about university, so I threw up the Foxbury flag. And I did end up switching out the carpet, but I think it really, really works, and it kind of helps blend with towards like the orange peachy color we have with the desk that came with the Tiny Living pack. So I'm actually really, really pleased with that bedroom. The colors were all really, really loud for me, but I don't know, it was cute, it was fun. I love doing kids' rooms, but I think even more I love doing teenage girls' rooms, because then I still get to have like kind of like fun maturity, but also I get to have fun with it. I think we should be coming up to these screen captures any minute now. Here I am trying to just like fill in this landing area, which is, sometimes it's an afterthought for me. Sometimes. Oh my gosh, did I show what I did with that little outdoor area yet? I do realize though I need some seating because I gave mom and dad, or the parent of this build, their own terrace. And there's that other terrace too that you can reach from the landing that's kind of like a community sitting area. And I at the very least know that I end up taking that little flaming coffee table that was like randomly sitting down in that blank area to the left up here. I think it makes a cute coffee table. Oh my gosh, I have to check. I don't think I did anything with it, or I think I might have just left it blank, which, might be okay, I guess. I might toss that down like a basketball court or something. Whoops. Alright, I know. I don't know, I'm sure it looks great. Okay, so here we are with the dizziness. I'm running around going back and forth, doing all these last minute changes. But guys, thank you so much for watching this, sticking around with me. These captures are coming up here soon, so if you liked what you saw, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or subscribe if you'd like to see more. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.